Manny, I'd like to set this area up as a restricted area. If we're going to meet our goal of the regrowth of the native grasses here, we're going to have to keep the carts out. Also down here on hole number 15, where the cart path approaches that bridge, well, there's a hard turn just before you get to there. Let's limit the speed as you get to that curve. I think that'll make it much safer.
I agree. Both of these settings should help out a lot. Let me create the restricted area now and you can see if it looks good to you.
Good. We've got two areas on our course that need some restrictions on the golf cars. The first is an area that we want to keep the carts out of. And the second is a potentially dangerous curve that we'd like to limit the speed of the cars approaching. With our uplink system and our new Club Car Precedent cars, we can do exactly that. Manny's creating an area here on the computer that we will define as a restricted area. In other words, if a car enters, it will lose acceleration and stop. The golfer will be notified on his screen that he will need to put the car in reverse and back out of the area.
Then in this area here, we're setting it so that as the cart enters this area traveling down the cart path, it will be limited to 7 miles per hour. We don't want the car to travel any faster than that because this curve in the cart path is dangerous as it approaches this bridge.
If you don't mind, would you take these guys out in the morning and test the areas?
Absolutely. Why don't we meet here tomorrow morning at 7 and we'll see how the restricted areas actually work out on the course. This is another area where we restricted the speed. There's a lot of pedestrian traffic around here, and our insurance agent suggested we post speed limit signs. We did him one better. We just don't allow the cars to go faster than 7 miles per hour. He loved that. We're going to take cars 75 and 23. The other cars are locked down for a tournament that's going to start in about 45 minutes. We do that with the uplink system as well. When we're ready for the tournament to start, we turn on the cars with the clubhouse computer and everyone's ready to go. It makes it a lot easier than having to deal with keys for every car. If you all are ready, why don't you head on over with me? This is the area we define on the clubhouse computer. I'm going to try to test it by trying to drive into it. Well, you see that this car will not go into that area. The car knows it is off limits and just will not go forward. We use the same tactic to keep the cars on the course. There's an area defined around the perimeter of the course, and the cars will not go outside that. Talk about theft prevention. These cars are smart. Well, I'm going to go test the speed limitation we defined. Why don't you guys go take that other cart and go on back to the clubhouse? I know Jim wanted to show you the remote diagnostic capabilities.
How did that test go? Did the uplink system keep the car out of our natural areas?
It worked perfectly.
Good. That's great. Well, let me unlock those cars for this tournament start, and then I'll show you how we keep an eye on the operating condition of the cars while they're out on the course. This sure makes it easy to keep the cars where we want them prior to a tournament. But we also use them to lock them down at night. We haven't had any cars stolen since we installed the uplink system. Now these cars are out on the course. I can monitor them, and if something goes wrong, I'll see a little icon like this one. It looks like car 75's battery is low. Normally I'd have one of the car staging guys run another car out to the golfers using that car. But that's the one that Manny took to test the restricted areas. Manny, would you tell outside services that the car you were just using has a low battery? They'll need to charge it before letting anyone else use it.
75?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now let me tell you about replay. The uplink system keeps a record of each car and where it's been. Whenever we have damage to a car, we can trace where it's traveled and usually determine where the damage occurred. Let me show you one from last week. I just need to put the date in here and choose the car number to see its path. Car 55 was damaged last Thursday, and the gentleman using it said he didn't know what happened. Well, we took a look at this and could clearly see that he ran into a large rock between holes 12 and 13. When we showed him this screen, he pulled out his credit card and said, "Charge the damage to me." Uh-oh, someone just punched the emergency button on a car and we got a message. A golfer using car 17 might be in trouble. If you'll excuse me, I'll need to check on this golfer. Don, I've got an emergency message from car 17. He's at the tee box for 10. Would you head over there immediately and check on him?
I'm on my way.
Thanks. Well, guys, thanks for stopping by. I need to take care of this now, so I'll say goodbye.